And the other part of my diet is C/10. That's the one with the Camel cigarettes, the Jack Daniels, the day's work, and the guns. My diet. This was 35 square miles of West Texas. The mountain that you see in the background is called El Capitan, and it goes 12,000 feet straight up. And this is where I began to shake all of this out, where I hunted the coyotes, worked cattle, rode horses, got away. Literally moved myself away from any stress, any confrontation, because my greatest fear of all, is that I knew what I was capable of doing. And if somebody really made me mad, I knew where I was headed. Because this was a different frontier. This was not Laos, and this was not Vietnam. This was America. I would have been where a lot of other veterans have wound up, and that's in prison. Dead. Our terminology, we referred to the United States as back in the world. So every time we got together, we talked about what we did in our previous life in the United States was, well, when I was back in the world, I did this and this and this. I understand from a lot of our veterans coming back from Iraq, they call it CONUS, Continental United States, CONUS. We called it back in the world. Back when I was alive. That was a key thing, because usually when we talked about what we did as a family, that's the way we referred to it. Back when I was alive, we went to church on Sunday. Back when I was alive, we all went fishing on the Gulf Coast together. Back when I was alive, we all had Sunday dinner together. Freedom bird. Every time you see an aircraft fly over at a high altitude, it did something to you, because you could be standing in a hail of gunfire. You couldn't help but just look up and stare and wonder and think about a world so far away that you just couldn't get there anymore. Freedom bird. It don't mean nothing. This was our disconnect. And this is a phrase that we recited over and over and over and over. And when you walk through a village and everybody there is burned, yes, and children are dead, the animals are murdered, there's nothing breathing, everything is still and quiet, and it stinks. And it is putrefied, and it is ugly, and it is horrible, and you walk through it. Before anybody got stigmatized, the first person, normally myself, the squad leader, whoever was the leader, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. Move on. Let's go. Get out of here. It don't mean nothing. And the realization that all glory is fleeting. There's an old cliche, and I'm not sure where it started, about you can take all the medals I've ever won in war, take them all together and go down to the corner, and you might get yourself a cup of coffee with it. I don't know where that's come from, but I'm sure you've all heard it. It has a basis. And the basis is in the words of General George Patton in World War II, where he's talking almost to himself, historically, reciting exactly what we're talking about here, lamenting the fact that World War II was coming to an end. And he told his aide, in ancient times, when soldiers returned from the war, there was a tumultuous parade. Chariots, horses, slaves, all of the conquered animals and strange artifacts from other nations rode before the conqueror in this parade. The children sometimes rode the trace horses behind him. And standing in the chariot with the conqueror was a slave holding a golden crown just above his head and whispering in his ear a constant warning. that all glory is fleeting. So after all of the good things that come about now, the handshakes in the airport, the greetings of the veterans, they go back to the darkness. They go back to the night sweats and to lay at night and all of a sudden realize I'm not breathing. I'm not breathing. I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm not breathing. Hippocrates said that healing is a matter of time, but it is also a matter of opportunity. Tonight is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to heal, and it's an opportunity to learn from all of these great people that have spent hours and hours of their time devoted to the study of this phenomenon that some of us have heard about and some of us have lived. Opportunity to do something about this. The key that I think for all veterans is to understand. Take the opportunity. Seize that opportunity. Learn. Advance yourself. Move on. Continue the march. And sometimes we crutch people too much. We support them too much. I didn't need that. I didn't need that. I thought I did, but I did not. What I needed was the drill sergeant, right? If you've been through the military before, you think you can't take that extra step. You think you can't go on, and in the minute that you decide you're going to fall down and quit and give up, who's there to help you out? Oh yeah, it's the guy you hate the most. Get up, trainee! Get up, maggot! Get off the ground! Let's go! Let's move, right? Hopefully you will all take that crusade. Take that opportunity to help a veteran. This is the fabric that our flag is made of. We, as veterans, do our part to secure freedom. And to be honest with you, that's all we can do. That's what we are called to do, and we are soldiers in that cause. You have to be the soldiers in the cause of helping us. Pick us up, hold us, and support us. I hope that tonight will begin a new dialogue. And I appreciate Dr. Ryan and Carolyn. You guys have done just excellent work. And this has been healing for me. I wanted to sit in here tonight and listen to their presentation because I want to go beyond this. I want to move beyond. And again, contribute to this land that we know contains such great freedom and great purpose to the entire world. Thank you very much. And